Hello there, and welcome to this episode of A Tiny Dot in Space, where I explore the various regions, districts, provinces, counties, areas, territories, states, whatever you call the first level of subdivision of your nation across the world. And I do so on GeoGuessr with the objective to explore and see places I've never been, hopefully have some fun in the meanwhile, and try to score 25,000 points in the region in question on GeoGuessr. If I fail in doing so, well, that region I won't consider that completed, and I might come back to revisit it at a later date. And if I do complete it, then it will be taken off my list and it will not feature in the series anymore. And today we go into a region which I have a feeling that we will not go off the list. We are going into Bolivia, and we're going into the Departamento de Potosí, the Department of Potosí, which sits here on, I believe this is the Altiplano. And so yeah, as you can see, this is not a lot of road, and there's a good reason for it. This particular state, which starts here and goes all the way down here, it's a huge chunk of Bolivia. It's 118,218 square kilometers. That's larger than a lot of countries on planet Earth. And it's only got 856,000 inhabitants, and that number is from last year. And the capital is, well, you don't need much imagination to figure it out, but it's the city of Potosí, which sits down there, and has a population in 2012 of 176,000, so that number might have gone up a bit since then. So we are basically dealing with five roads. We got this one, number 6 in the north. We got number 5 here. We got number 1 here, and a couple of roads going off to the sides. So Agua Castilla, that's about as far south as it goes. And these two reach up to this department border, and this one goes between Sucre and, or rather between the borders here. Then we got these two little things going off to the sides, and I am dreading this one. I'm glad that no one has mapped out this stuff, because this would take absolute forever. I have been in some places playing in Bolivia that has taken absolute forever. So let's see, but never in a series. So let's go. Page. Yeah, maybe it would be a good idea to save the map before we actually started to play it. There we go. Well, things you forget when you've been making hundreds and hundreds of these maps. Every now and then the conveyor belt snags and has a little hiccup. Anyway, so let's put the challenge link in a safe spot. Potosí. One more time, Potosí. There we go, and copy. And let's go. This could be a mean one. I mean, a very mean one. Okay, so we actually got something here. That's good. How do we get down there? Probably from over here. Next question is, are there road signs? How old is the footage? 2019. Okay, 6 years old. So, what do you want to bet? What does it say? Distrital de Tocaya, I think it says. So División something, Potosí. División Distrita de Tocaya, I think it says. And then it says Setas Potosí. All right, okay, that's the one that I want to be the governor of the place, but this is actually better. Agua Clara. Okay, so not Agua Castilla, but Agua Clara. Of course, where Agua Clara is, I have no idea. But let's see. So it seems to be predominantly east-west sort of road. So that could put us here. Could put us here, could put us here. Let's see. We're definitely up in some hills. So, but let us have a look here first. And check for Agua Clara. But then again, I don't know how. It's probably better. Although I've had some wild goose chases in this country before, so I don't know if it is better to actually look for the place or to race along trying to find the number of the road. There's another Agua de Castilla. Oh, two of them. Okay. But I don't see any Agua Clara. So, okay, let's just move on. Let's see. So this is Agua Clara. That was a brief visit. Refugio. Yeah, I bet we got some serious hills. And I really want this guy, Tejas, or whatever it's called. Cejas. As governor. Anyways, okay, so the paint budget of these people is fairly impressive. Kilometer 487. Okay, fair enough, but it would have been nice to have known which route it was. If it is the 1, the 5, or the 6. I guess we shall find out presently, but doesn't seem to be forthcoming right away. And that doesn't say anything I need to know. Probably says something akin to those signs I saw in Peru some episodes ago. Yeah, that was an episode to remember. Let's see, there was something painted here. It didn't quite look like the. No, it was. It was still the calls to vote for a certain person. Okay, this Chayapata is over there. So okay, so that doesn't mean that. Okay, so we still don't know whether we're on the 6 or on the 1. But that's Malampampa. Okay. And so we've come around a corner and we're going north. We're 6 kilometers from Tambo Alcala. The question is, let's see, here we are gonna go northeast. There's a few of those, unfortunately. I think we might have been over here. That kind of looks like the spot. Let's have a look at that. So here we got, let's see. Let's just check this corner over here, whether it immediately rounds back again. It does. And then it does a squiggly number down the hill. Yeah, that looks about right. And in the opposite end here, we have an almost 90-degree turn. Let's see. So we're heading slightly west and northwest. This should take us southwest. Yeah, that works. And those buildings are these. Right. How to pin this? Well, we are very close to this bend. We're one click away from where the bend starts. So I'd say we're roughly there, but let's see if we can use anything to confirm that. There's a shack on the hill over there. But that is not on the map. I'm sad to say. Okay, what else do we have? There's that ravine over there. That mountain top. Let's see now. Can we spot any of that? That must be the ravine. Yep. And then the mountain top will be probably that on this ridge. That's going to be the longest long shot ever if that works. But I won't say that we're good, but there's a fair chance we are. Let's go with that. Nice. Good start. Oh my word. Let's hope this thing is on the map. I have my doubts, but oh wow. Okay, so there's some habitation over there. We're going southeast. And what was that? Okay, no overtaking. Well, that's the first time for everything. And of course it makes total sense. We have moose signs here in Norway and deer signs, so why not the llama sign? After all, they got kangaroo signs in Australia. Do they have buffalo signs in America? Okay, so kilometer 229 from somewhere. All right. I was wondering if there was. Oh, do you actually? All right, you get a lane for overtaking, right? Not because that incline is so horrible. There's an interesting twist in the road, and we are on some Salt Lakey thingy. How about this? I think this is a salt lake. So now we're going northwest. That kind of fits. Let's check the next few bends. So we're going west. And we're going to go straight west for a bit, and then we're going to have a bend towards the northwest. We do. Okay, and then we're going to have another bend the other way. Let's see. And then we're going to have a gentle curve towards the left. Yeah. And then we're going to have a curve to the right very shortly. We do. And then we're going to have a long curve to the left. Well, how about that? This is indeed where we are. So does that mean that I was on this curve? Yeah, that should be it. That should be it. Let's see, so because here we start. Now, wait a minute. Yes. Yep. So we come around this curve. We're going to have a slight curve. No. Well, actually, the thing kind of curves all the way. Why do I keep looking the wrong way? We're here, and then it curves and it goes around. Yeah. But I'm still a little confuddled. Okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, stop doing that. That curve is the one I see over there. So, we are on this curve, right? No, we're on this curve. Stop that. Is there anything I can use for... Is that building on the map? The answer is sadly no. And I can't... Would have been great if I could have used that ravine over there, but that's not really visible on the map either. Then there's only one thing I can do, and that's a thing I hate doing, but it needs to be done. Okay. Let's make sure this is where we started. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the end of the bend that way, and the other opposite way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, that's a nice round number at least. So, yeah. Oof. I keep getting my directions twisted every time I look at this map. So let's see. So the curve ends about here. And it starts, let's see, then does that 5 move? No, it stays pretty much in the same spot. And the bend ends over there, doesn't it? Ah, stop it. No. Yeah, here is where the bend stops. Let's see. So, and it ends there. So from there to there is 20. That ought to be 10, thereabouts. Then that ought to be 5, thereabouts. This could go so horribly wrong. I think I might be a little too far out, but let's give it a go. Nice. Oh, not so nice. Well, actually, okay, this could be doable. Especially if this lay-by is on the map, or at least some of these buildings. If they aren't, I'm gonna have a very hard time. Very balked footage. How old is it? 2015. Okay, 10 years old. That explains a lot. That might not work in my favor. Buildings might be gone. New buildings might have been raised. So some may have been raised, and some may have been raised. Okay, yeah. Another one they want to elect. Excuse me. Ok, Estado presidente Evo Morales es más inversión para el agua, mi agua. Lots of stuff about water, which is completely understandable. What does it say here? Chacabuco. Chacabuco, that's another. Chacabuco is another state, isn't it? Need to look up that really quickly. Let's see. Oh, Chacabuco is not another state in. Okay. I was so sure that Chacabuco was another state in Bolivia, but it might be another state in another country. So let's see. Oh, and what does it say here? Promo. Okay. That probably. Yeah, actually. Bienvenidos a Chacabuco. Where on earth is Chacabuco? Let's see. But I've heard the name Chacabuco before. Of course, there are many, many, many Spanish names that sort of recycle and have been used all over the world during its days as a colonial power. Ooh, that's an impressive bridge we got over there. Well, I'm not going to buy just yet that this place is called Chacabuco, but well, if it says so here, I'm going to buy it. Ooh. Okay. So, there we go. We're on the 5. And Sucre to the southeast. Well, we got Cajamarca. And then we got Turushipa. 93. How far away from... So if Sucre is down there, we need... Oh, wait a minute. We're on the 5, Nini. The 5. Southeast to Sucre. Okay, so how far? How does that work? Then we must be over here somewhere. And Turushipa, can we find Turushipa anywhere? We're heading southeast, but this got to be a lot more than 95 kilometers. And I wish they would change the colors, because it's absolutely almost impossible to say. Almost impossible to say where the road is. But okay, so we're coming up on some mountains in the northwest. So we might actually have left some mountains, but in the northwest. This is going to Play so many games with my mind. And hang on. And Turushipa is to the north. So going southeast, northwest. Turushipa is to the north somewhere. From the 5. And I'm pretty certain if I go to the other side of the intersection, it will say Potosí, so that won't really help me. So Turushipa should be somewhere up here. Okay, there's one more thing to check. Well, there's a couple more things, but let's check what we can check and then deal with whatever later. So if this is Chacabuco, one thing is the sign it had by the intersection, but there should be an official sign somewhere. This is some bend. Does not seem like we'll have a Chacabuco sign. That's a very distinct ridge up ahead. Is Chacabuco or a Chacabuco, but that's on the wrong. Okay, but we might be in the vicinity. So we're definitely on the 5. We're not there. No there. Too many houses. This is an interesting one. Okay, so what does it say on the sign over there? It will say, but if it doesn't, wait a minute, we're moving eastwards. In the direction of Sucre. So, okay, so what does the sign say? It should say Potosí. And it does. Okay, that is more helpful. So 58 and 93, so we might be a little... let's see. Yeah, we got to be in this vicinity. The road is going east-west here. We are not here. Are we? Most likely not. But that goes in the wrong direction. If I don't if I don't stop confusing myself soon, this is going to be a horrible, 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 horrible game. So we are, okay, let's get the direction right. Okay, we're looking westwards. Westwards, it's that way, Nini. I got my compass turned upside down again, and I've been fighting that ever since I started this particular round. We should be about there, because that is this. And we are just where this road goes off. So, good. Oof. Oh my word. Spectacular landscape. And one green bush. The one that found water. Okay, southwards. Southwards. Come on. Repeat after me yourself. Southwards. See, what are those stickers on that sign, though? 239, 670. Yeah, that's probably kilometer 239 and 700 meters. So 239.7 kilometers. Well, this one is going to take more time to figure out. That is absolutely certain. Footage 2019, 6 years old. And well borked in true Google fashion. Okay, we got some ridges over here, but we got absolutely no sign of people. So I think we'll do the enter key and speed forward a little bit. Nope, nothing there. That's a bush, not a sign. Still going south at a fair clip. We got dangerous llamas. We got a road off to the side. To the west. Now what are we coming up on? A school. Okay, now we are starting to cook with fire here. Let's see. Visigsa. To the west. We have no idea where Visigsa is. We have no idea what this is. And it doesn't look like the school. If it is one of these buildings, it's probably that one or Visigsa. Okay, so the Visigsa community. Okay, so that is the school. We got Visigsa. And that was all she wrote. It looks like. Yep. And there's no point looking for the name of the place for Visigsa is going to be it. But there's something green up ahead there. At least that would be something helpful. What is it? Why in the cactus? Okay, Cactus Valley. That's not entirely helpful. Let's see. Okay, so we're on a road that's generally heading south at the moment. Dude. Bang on. Okay. That will bring us to 15. And 16 should be around here. I have my doubts. Okay, that's where we pointed it now. Let's see, is any terrain feature we can have a look at? There's a river valley up that way. Quite possibly the one that's going up here. We got this ridge behind us, which isn't very helpful either. Then there was that thing. Yeah, I can deal with that. Yeah, I'm going to be fairly close, but I don't know if we're close enough, but that's the best I can do. Oh no, and then we get another one. And, oh, this is treacherous. Look at how slight the start of this bend is. Aye, aye, aye. So we're going to have to do another bend count, and this one is destined to be the enemy, I think. Although, okay. We might have a shot. The question is, how much are you slowing down before you drive down this hill? This is steep. There's some kind of structure down there, isn't there? Footage from 2019 again. Another road going off to the side. Actually, two roads going off to the side. That's like we couldn't decide who would make the road, so we made a road. Both of us. One for each of us. Okay, so that is just... I was hoping this was like some concrete building or something. Check that trail out. Oh, that's a place to bring a Land Rover. I have no idea how high up we are, but I started to think it was a bad idea to go downhill, actually. Okay, that's not entirely bad. 1 kilometer to a doctor or a small hospital or something. So, what does it say? No, backwards, not forwards. Restaurant, something. I was about to say that this is a petrol station, but it's not. But it is actually a restaurant something starting with D. Yeah, we're actually coming into a small town here. And we're on the 5. Okay, Totacoa, northwest. Okay. Let's northwest to Sucre. Where the heck does the 5 go northwest to Sucre? 54 kilometers, but that's like... That must be here. Let's see. Yeah, that could well be. That could well be. Let's see, can we find the Puente Mendez? I got Puente Antonio, but And then there's a Tutacoa, which ought to be around here. But I can't see any Tutacoa. Does this village have a name? Tierra de Hombres. Don't think that is the name of the place. More signs coming up. Nacionalización para todos. Yeah, thank you. Let's see. Milades. Okay, yep. There we are. And 3. Okay, so from there to there is 14. Seven and a half. And 3.5. Let's have a look at that. Where's the shack? Feeling like I should be down there. Is that enough to strike me out? That's the next question. Northwest. How much am I going to regret this? I'm going to move it there. Oh, come on, please. Yes! Almost moved out. Oh my word. Oh my word. Oh my word. I never expected 25k Potosí. Oh, that was a redemption from all the horrible games I've had lately. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, thank you, Potosí. That was much needed. And strangely, they weren't that hard to find. It's just hard to pin. And of course, it didn't help with my borked sense of direction as well in a couple of places. But at least we didn't lose out because of that. So yeah, well happy with that. Thank you, Potosí. And that's it for this episode, and I'm glad that you're still with me here on a tiny dot in space, and I hope that you will join me for the next episode when it's up. Until then, bye-bye.